hello.
Hello.
Yesterday I saw this legendary performance, maybe, which was made like 40 years ago by Maggie Marin. And you joined this troupe when?
In the company in 1986,
Okay.
but maybe in 1987.
But you came from Chile, right?
Yes, yes.
Because you were a young dancer and you wanted to go where the show is going on.
Yes, and in Chile we knew what happened in France with the culture and with the dance. And there was in Chile a very active French institute, and French dancers come to Chile to help in dance, and with them I can come to France with their help to try to do something in France. Wow.
And how did you meet Maggie?
I met Maggie. I met very quickly after I arrived in Paris. I come to France to do an audition to the École d'Angers. Angers, you know, is a school to pre-professionals,
yes.
Young dancers, but for professionals after. And there was a dancer, a woman dancer from Maggie, and she saw me in the audience and the audition, and she told me, perhaps Maggie needs somebody. I have almost 30 years. So I wasn't a young dancer, and they told me perhaps it's better you work in a company, not come in the school. It's not necessary for you. And the next day, I knew Maggie. At the second day, I was in France.
Great.
And I told Maggie, if you need somebody, I am here. Maggie told me, I don't know, perhaps, but 3 months later, she proposed me to work with her.
So you were very good.
Yes, yes.
She was just giving birth to her baby when she staged, maybe, right? You said yesterday, after the performance, that she used the mimics and the plastics of the baby because she just had a child, right?
Yes. Yes, because somebody did the question how Maggie created this gesture.
Right.
I wasn't there.
Okay.
I don't know, but I know Maggie was inspired from the people that she saw in the street, and also for some gestures in babies, because he was
pregnant.
There is pregnant with, and after the baby was born, and Maggie worked like that. He take that.
Why do you think that this performance is so successful? 40 years later, you still play it.
It's a mystery. It's a mystery. I think because it's a piece very peace. We say, yeah? It's a piece very
universal.
Brute.
Sad also.
Sad, but there is humor also.
Also funny.
But it talks about something very, very profound, interior in each one of us. I think I feel something very. I'm not so far of the personage that are on stage. I was younger, before, but there is something, I felt something that is that was in me, and I think something there is in very human, very something that a kind of fragility, kind of yesterday I didn't found a word to the failure, you know, but like a cup is.
Yes, it means fragile, right?
Yes,
fragile, delicate, broken.
Yeah, and décalé, out of the normal.
But it was a huge experiment back then in the 80s. It was experimental.
Yes.
And I wanted to ask you, what is the experimental dance scene now in France? Do you have still public interest, inspiration, or not that much?
I do less now because I don't go to see many. Some people I go, but I don't recognize something équivalent.
Equivalent.
Yeah. I think maybe it's a moment, it's circumstances, the persons, the Maggie. It's very unique at this time, this epoch.
Yes.
And now there is so many possibilities. It's difficult to distinguish, to recognize something different. There is many things different.
Hi. So what is in Ljubljana on the street Igriška?
On the street Igriška there is a bar.
Ah.
A special bar.
Special.
It is called The Space.
Ooh.
I work there, I read there, I meet my friends there, I meet artists there. It's like, yeah, it's my small space when I create and enjoy.
Okay. So that's your favorite coffee place, or a bar?
Yeah,
place.
yeah. It's my place. Yeah, it's place of my heart. Yeah.
Okay. You are in Bulgaria to stage at the National Theatre on Fay, and this is a great event for us. We're waiting to see what's this to be. But is this part of your work, the type of work you did with Iliad? Part of this, how do you say that?
Topics.
Yeah, not topics, but like the trilogy or something. Are you
No.
planning to combine them in a...
No, at the beginning of Orpheus, probably there will be a small part of Iliad, I mean text, but not. It's going to be something special, unique, hopefully. But at that very moment, I don't know what it's going to be like, you know, because we have just started, and I depend on process a lot. So it is not that I come with perfect image of what this performance will be like. No, everything is opened. I have some images, but everything is open. So I don't know what's going to happen at the end. I don't know what Orpheus will be.
How long does it last, your process? Because, for example, we have this Bulgarian director who is very good. Maybe you've seen some of his performances, Sashu Morfov, and he could work even 5, 6 months, 7 months. He goes often on stages in Russia because they give him this luxury. How long are you going to be here?
Altogether 2 months and something, but I think it's enough. We have prepared lots of materials, and we started directly, you know, in practice without too much discussing and talking. So yeah, on the second rehearsal already.
Deep down.
Yeah, we started to be concrete, to create something concrete.
what is your impression of Bulgarian actors? I'm not going to tell them, but how are they? You know, every school, every country has different type of methods, and how do you find them so far? Do they understand you? Is the language a barrier?
No, we have a beautiful translator, Lyudmil Dimitrov, professor from university. Yes, he's a great guy. I know him for a long time. He was teaching in Ljubljana also, and he's translating so many plays, novels, poems from Slovenian to Bulgarian and so on. So language is not a problem, also because both languages are Slavic languages, and we can разбираме
се.
Yeah, разбираме се, yeah, малко, at least малко. So yeah, it's not a problem, but you know, it's not only about language, of course, because communication in theater is happening on so many levels, of course. Yeah, so language is just one of those levels. So I'm even more interested in other levels.
Saying the cliche that the theatrical language is something universal, right?
Yes, but
it is.
But at the same time, as you mentioned, okay, every country maybe, but also every theater or also every actor and director has its own way how to do things. And until now, after only 3 rehearsals, my feeling is really great about Bulgarian actors. Really great. They're open-minded, you know. They're devoted. Which is the most important. They're really interested in what are we doing and how are we doing.
You work with the imagination, the level of opening doors in the actor's imagination and improvisation, which also, in Bulgaria is we have strong tradition in this. Directors like Sasho Morfu for Teddy Moscow, for even Sfumato in their early years, they did do such theater. So probably you won't face the German school, like, you know, people are very disciplined and want to be.
Sorry, I didn't put it off. Excuse me, I had this. Yes, but you know, again, for me, the most important is that theater is a meeting place, not between actors and director. No, it's a meeting place between people. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. If you have a troupe, like we've seen. Did you see? Maybe by Magi Marin, Marin. Yes, they're a troupe. They work together. They live together for years.
Yeah, but for me, it's not about how much time you spend together. It doesn't matter if you spend 10 years or all your life or just 2 months. You know, love can happen like this. You can open to others.
Okay.
Also like this, so it's not a question of time so much. It's more about be willing to open yourself, not to be afraid or not to play that now I'm a great director. Now I'm no. It's me, you know.
We have here a very particular political situation. Right now, the government is mostly almost falling down because it's anti-Russian government. For so long, we've been waiting for a government that's not part of the mafia. People lost hopes. Politicians actually didn't want intellectuals, artists, poets to survive, to be in the center of the things, to lead the nation. So it's a very particular moment, and maybe you feel it, maybe you don't. You'll say it's like this everywhere in the world, but actors, artists, musicians, poets are very disappointed, not only disappointed, but desperate in their hearts. Because during the last 12 years, we've been witnessing such a nasty transition that you do it because you have to do it, to be, this is your life, not even to live. You don't do it even more to feed your family. You do it because you cannot stop doing it. But arts in Bulgaria right now, and for the first time we had hope during the last 6 months, now we are losing it. So I'm just explaining you the context in which my question is. Orfei is a poet and also a philosopher and a guru and a leader and an opinion maker in a way, right? And we miss these people more and more these days. Poets were leading all the revolutions so far. They were up front line. And now poets are tired, they are very sad, they're lost almost. So the question is, why did we get to this stage, the human civilization?
I'm sorry, but I have no answer. I'm just in shock. I don't know. I don't know.
Speaking of Ukraine,
what is going on.
of the war that's going on there.
Yes, I don't know. But I don't know.
Nationalists.
Yes.
In Bulgaria, there are pro-Russian parties. It's very dangerous, all this.
It's growing all around. Now, we had a huge crisis for the last 2 years because of the government in Slovenia also. Now, a month ago, we had elections, and now we can breathe again.
Again, right?
Yes, yes. So
you physically feel freedom. It's like, we never thought we'll get back into this.
And now we feel it that way in Slovenia. Okay, we'll see in time if that's true or not. We'll see. But still, I don't know.
You don't think of making political theater? No.
No. From time to time, it depends on topics. It depends on what drives me, for real. But no, what I want somehow to give possibility of deep experience somehow, to go deep into spectator.
But today's person, human being, feels desperate, lost, lonely. 2 years COVID.
Yeah,
people have an alibi not to even go to the theater, not to be together anymore, not to communicate anymore. They're getting lost in this world.
But theater still is a meeting place, and as I see, people in Bulgaria love theater a lot. They need it.
That's true.
And for me, this is a beautiful thing. So now it's on us. Making theater, what to do, what kind of experience to give to the audience, I don't like theater who is just for amusement, entertainment.
Fun.
Yes, which is just on the surface, It's supposed to go somewhere deep, wherever, but at least try to go somewhere deep. Then true things can happen.
To cross borders.
Also, of course. And to give, we live in lonely times, but at least in theater you can feel that you are not the only lonely person in the world.
Do you bring a suitcase with books with you when you travel?
Yes, also, yeah.
What have you brought here?
Still around, I have Nietzsche again.
Nietzsche, I was thinking.
Birth of tragedy.
I don't know why.
Yes.
Nietzsche, Jung, maybe?
No, Jung, no, in my
early years.
Early years.
Okay, now Nietzsche,
Jung, who was
harder.
The one. I have some books which are dealing with some topics from different kind of perspectives. Yes, so there are a few things, yes. But I'm now more or less completely into what we are doing. No, reading also, but reading things which are connected with Orpheus.
And when you talk about opening imagination of the actor, the actor is a very strange animal, and different things can unlock this. But what opens you? What makes you surprise yourself? Because I believe such an experienced director with such a huge experience, you want to surprise not only the audience but yourself as well every time, right?
Of course.
Not to get into the same track.
Of course.
So if it's not books, what is it?
No, for me, books from ever. From my childhood or from my youth, they are the most important thing, for sure. But not only that. Now it's maybe more that, I'm not so much here, that I at least try to kako se kaže, I try to trust my feelings, my intuition, I really try to be not in my head, not in my concepts, not in the images I see in advance, but to be really here with actors. I ask them to maybe prepare something like a homework or something, and then I really try to listen and to feel and to see what is there in actors. I don't believe in theater in which we are not involved completely.
Absolutely.
You cannot be. I don't believe anymore in roles like now. Hamlet, now I know everything about Hamlet. No, it's wrong. I don't know almost nothing about myself, so how can I tell that I know everything about Hamlet? It's not true, but I'm interested in Hamlet, or even more, I'm interested in actors.
Which is the best performance of Hamlet that you've seen in your life?
Ostermeyer, probably, yes.
And now when we can see some of your work, some of the big directors' work online, it's a great gift. But before, we were just listening about this and that. It was very, especially before 1989, when we couldn't go and see, and just listening, this guy and that. But, okay, so what will be your homework for today? Today's homework, what did you tell your actors in the morning?
No, we didn't have a rehearsal because I
okay.
had to be
you
here
had to be
because of lights, and we had some problems here. Yeah. So, but yesterday I asked them if they could describe or do something on the stage about. So 2 titles: farewell, saying goodbye, strong goodbye, or meeting after a long time or something. So those 2 moments, they can choose from those 2 moments. But I asked them to pick them up from movie, from literature, from painting or photography, some scene maybe, so something, and then they can express it in any way that they want.
И мисля, че в самолет казват първо да си слагаме маска на себе си, после на друг човек. И това е нещо, което и аз учих от Европейския сертификат за грижа, че не сме добри грижащи се, ако не се грижим за себе си.